So last week you may have seen the announcement that went up on the PlanetSide Arena site. It's titled with the rather on the bright side, PlanetSide Arena heads to PlayStation 4, but the copy below wasn't quite so rosy. And before we move on, if you do like this video, please drop a sub, smack that thumbs up, it really does help me making content just like this. So yeah, I had my worries about PlanetSide Arena when it was first announced. I talked on this channel at the end of last year about the concerns that I had. Chief amongst them was a concern for a game about scale, an experience that no other BR has brought players, was seemingly being undermined with the hefty price tag that is a significant barrier for entry. A $20 pre-order cost leading to a $30 regular price is a lot for a game that looks like its assets have their roots in 2012, because of course, this new Arena title rests heavily on the shoulders of the great PlanetSide 2. The launch plan of releasing at the end of January seemed ambitious, even when things were announced in December. With the holiday period in the mix, that's not a whole lot of work days between the announcement stream and the end of the following month. So the delay, pushing the release to the end of March, didn't seem wholly surprising, though at the time I did look at the calendar and wonder what a couple of months would actually do. Granted though, I had no first-hand knowledge of how things were shaping up. But then something rather large happened. On a sleepy Monday just a couple of weeks ago, a small publisher by the name of, and let me just make sure I get this name right, Electronic Arts, released a title from their studio, Respawn, famous for the Titanfall series, and the Fortnite-heavy landscape of Battle Royale games shifted overnight. Apex Legends hot dropped into the FPS world. It was here, it was actually good, and it was free. Just 11 days later, we're back to that announcement about PlanetSide Arena heading to PlayStation 4, but really of course this is all about a further delay. But with a refund to all pre-orders also included, it's difficult not to see this as perhaps something of a turning point for the whole project. With a slightly amorphous ambition of launching this summer now the goal, there's perhaps a sense of more foundational things happening to Arena during that time. You could view the delays as a failure of management and production, but in many ways it pays to think on the actual task of games development. It's as the name says, it's development. There's no blueprint telling people where every brace goes, every nail that links things together, or even quite how level the ground is. And as we said, that ground did seem to shift a fair bit in the run-up to this announcement about PlanetSide Arena. I don't have any inside scoops or the ear of devs to ask more questions, but with the timing and the subsequent refunds decision, it would seem, from the outside at least, likely that Apex Legends' impact in some way influenced the decision to delay PlanetSide Arena once more. A $30 BR title looking for lots of players to satisfy every match suddenly looks like an even tougher sell. As the title of this video implies, I do wonder if this, in a roundabout way, might actually be a good thing for PlanetSide Arena. I do hope that the devs retake a look at how they were planning on monetizing the game and whether that fits with the market and player expectations. I'm imagining how launch would have gone without this delay, how in the midst of Apex Legends' honeymoon period, and I think Apex's Battle Pass is due to arrive at a similar time, how PlanetSide Arena would have fared. This decision, to me at least, looks better than what you think about it. For what it's worth, I had a look at some of these Steam tracking websites. It seems to Steam Spy and SteamDB that peak concurrent players in the Arena beta so far was in January at almost 1,200 people. And to be honest, that's more than I would have guessed. But also keep in mind that with their ambitions for 250 versus 250 battles, this number would represent just 2 of those servers. So although I'm obviously disappointed we won't be able to jump into the game as soon as we'd hoped, I'm happy that the obviously difficult decision to delay again, to give the project time and space to hopefully become an ultimately more successful title, has been taken. I am interested though in your experiences with PlanetSide Arena. Were you one of the 1,200 players who played in that initial test? How did it go? How have things progressed? Leave a comment below right now if you have strong feelings about your experience. And obviously, as this is beta software, make sure you're not bound by any NDAs or other agreements first. While I've got you, if you didn't know, I've actually started a sister channel to this one featuring tutorials about video editing and more going on into the future. It's surprisingly titled LCTR Tutorials. So if you wondered about editing those shadowplay clips into a highlight reel, check out my first 2 tutorials where I discuss using a package called DaVinci Resolve 15, which yes has a good free version to do just that. There's a link in the description below. If you have any opinions on any of the topics talked about today, please do leave a comment below right now. I'll be reading every single one of them. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Take care.
Identified